QToday. QToday.
Hello, Quesnel, and welcome to QToday. I'm Allison Duddy.
And I'm Nate Bello, and this is our show for May the 28th.
All right, our top stories from the Observer. Rotarians from all over the province descend on Quesnel, and the CRD endorses its new 10-year solid waste management plan.
Coming up later in the show, Susan MacNeill is back again with another installment on home-based businesses.
All right, here at QToday, we bring you the recent news from the Quesnel Caribou Observer, and we also bring you our own stories from the community. So let's move right on to the news here with Nate.
Okay, thank you very much, Allison. Rotarians from all across the province descended on Quesnel recently for the Rotary International District 50/40 Conference. It was an opportunity for members to meet with fellow Rotarians, have some fun, discuss the work which lies ahead for the organization. District 50/40 covers most of the province, encompassing 50 Rotary clubs. More than 200 Rotarians and their partners from across the district, along with speakers and dignitaries from as far away as Quebec and Alaska, shared the weekend with youth exchange students from all around the world. A Rotarian from Whitehorse, Ramesh Ferris, who was paralyzed by polio as an infant, led the Walk to End Polio last weekend. Although 99% of the world is polio-free, Rotarians will continue to work diligently until the world is 100% free of this disease. While in town, Rotarians participated in a fishing derby on Dragon Lake and several other events, as well as meeting for discussions on all the projects of importance to Rotarians, including the mission to end polio.
All right, the Caribou Regional District has endorsed its new 10-year solid waste management plan. Earlier this year, the province of BC's Ministry of Environment approved the plan with a few conditions. As a condition, a plan monitoring advisory committee will be formed to facilitate ongoing public involvement during the implementation of the plan. The approved plan outlines how solid waste, including recyclables, will be handled in the region for the next 10 years. Highlights include recycling access for all CRD residents, improved operation of 9 of the CRD's refuse sites to improve diversion, achieve greater efficiencies, and reduce environmental risks, organics diversion, improved wood waste management, and increased education, including easy access to waste management information. Phase 1 of the implementation will start this year and end in 2015. This phase will focus on transfer station improvements and providing recycling access. Subsidized backyard composted sales are also a Phase 1 initiative. Phase 2 spans 2016 to 2018 and will focus on the establishment of eco-depots in Williams Lake, 100 Mile House, and Quesnel, as well as a centralized window composting pilot project. Phase 3 will see the continuation of initiatives which commenced in Phases 1 and 2 and completes the 10-year plan in 2022.
Well, that's really great news, Allison. You know, when I used to be on the CRD, this was in the 90s, they were fighting tooth and nail to even reach any recyclable levels.
Really?
You know, it was like, oh, what the heck, just throw it in the garage, you know. And it wasn't until the 90s that they actually started to enclose the refuse sites and to have standards for them. And then people got really into it, and the regional directors really got into, hey, is the area in my region, is that up to standard? And got after it. Now they're right into it, and they're taking the next step. So that's fantastic.
Well, it's something that we all need to get on board with.
That's right. We need to have it's just practical common sense.
That's right.
We need to work on our solid waste management. Okay, every fall, just before Thanksgiving, the Quesnel Farmers Market hosts a giant pumpkin contest. Okay, and the last one was really big, during which prizes are awarded for 3 largest pumpkins grown in the Caribou. Well, this year you could be your year to be one of the winners. To make it easy for you, vendors at the market have started some giant pumpkin plants ready for you just to take in, transplant at home, and get them to be 900 pounds and bring them back later on. Yeah, the seedlings are available this Saturday, June 1st at the farmers market.
Getting a 900-pound pumpkin back to town probably is a lot more difficult than getting the plant home.
It'll cost more than the prize you're going to get.
That's
but
right.
anyway, it'd be fun. It is fun.
You bet. All right, Bonnie Leclerc has been elected to the Kidney Foundation of Canada BC Branch Board of Directors. The Kidney Foundation of Canada BC Branch is a nonprofit, grassroots, volunteer-based organization that helps improve the lives of all people affected by kidney disease. Funds raised provide education and support, increase public awareness of kidney health and organ donation, as well as ongoing research that provides improved treatment options.
Congratulations to Bonnie. Yeah, right. She really works very hard, and it's nice to see her being recognized.
That's right.
And in sports, a May-long weekend saw cowboys and cowgirls in Karamias and the Elk Rodeo. I should say rodeo. Elk Rodeo, or at the 100-Mile House Rodeo. The choice for most Quesnel riders was just down the road at 100-Mile House. Running down the local winner, Steve Lloyd took second in the tie-down roping. Richard Glassford was first in breakaway roping, and Mackenzie and Brett Willis took second and third, respectively, in junior barrels. In team roping, the Kamloops Quesnel team of Tim Tenapaki and Jeff Wills brought home second. Local riders took the two top spots on the podium in the bull riding. Lane Cork took first on Mr. and Matt O'Flynn took second on Formula 41. Great name, Formula 41.
I think it's Formula 51.
Oh, 51.
You're
okay,
close.
just a minute.
41, 51.
Okay, got it. Okay. Quesnel's Taylor Cherry took the top spot in junior breakaway roping. Lane Cork had a busy weekend. He was the lone Quesnel rider to make an impact at the rodeo in Karamias, taking first, though, in bull riding by holding on to P21.
What was that, P31?
No, that's
you were
P21.
right. It was P21.
That one's P21. Okay.
Okay.
I don't name them. I can't even read them.
I don't know how they name some of them.
Okay.
All right, Susan MacNeill is back again with her segment on home-based businesses. Here she is with Barb King of Social Media Divas.
Welcome, Quesnel. I'm Susan MacNeill, and I'm here doing another home-based business segment for the QToday show. Today we have Barb King with us. Welcome, Barb.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming. I'm so glad that I found you in the home-based business directory. And that's what this segment is all about. So, Barb, you have Social Media Divas.
Yes.
So, for our viewing audience that have not known about your business, could you explain a little bit about what that means?
Basically, I offer complete social media solutions for business. So whether you need a website, Facebook page, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, we can set you up, we can get you going. If you already have stuff set up and you don't know what you're doing, can help train.
Oh, that would be me.
or we can totally manage it for you and run everything so you don't have to do anything.
Okay.
So there's quite a wide variety of services.
Okay, and so how would our viewing audience get a hold of you?
Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. Probably the fastest is email, so barb@socialmediadivas.ca, or you can phone me at 250-316-0020.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about, because I'm familiar with Facebook and I have a couple things going on Facebook myself, could you tell me how would you help to manage a Facebook page that was already existing? Like, I'm not on it every day, but and for those that have Facebook applications and business things going that aren't addressing it every day, how would you help them to ramp that up? What would be needed?
Well, what I like to do first is do a plan, get an overall view of what the company is doing on all their social media channels. Okay. And then we can sit down and go, okay, do you want to post every day? Do you have time? No, I can handle that. Okay. There's also a lot of back-end management people don't realize when they start into a lot of these channels. They think, oh, it's free, it's easy, it's, but it's really not once you get in.
That's what I've noticed, yes.
Yeah. So you may want to run ads or contests on your page. There's also, how do you build up your fan base? A lot of people just sort of go on there and expect the fans will come. but it's work. You also have to make sure you monitor your page. It seems like a lot of businesses around here don't necessarily realize that they have a message box on their page as well, so people can message the page directly. The newest stats right now are saying you need to answer that within 1 hour, or people are going to be upset.
Oh, is that right? So
Yes.
there's actually quite a bit of criteria
Yes.
around time limits.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like an email where I believe email etiquette is 48 hours to answer an email.
Yeah, no,
And
people
this-
are expecting on social media
Okay.
instant help for a lot
Okay.
of
So
a lot
this
of
is
things.
why it's important to have that contact and that person, and that would be yourself and your
Yes.
company, to be able to respond to that and pass that along. So
Yes.
then if someone was doing that, if you were monitoring the page and you were responding to something within the hour, and there was something critical that needed to be addressed, how would you get in touch with the person that's running the page? Do you just-
Normally what I do is I end up being an administrator on the page. So if it's something I can answer, I answer
I
it.
see. Okay,
If I can't
okay.
answer it, I say, okay, I have your question. I will get a hold of the right person and we'll get back to you.
Okay. All right.
I mean, each business has different sort of qualifications on that, but or what they'll let someone else do, or
Let them
what
someone
control
else
they
do.
want. Yeah.
Okay. And so what are the parameters for you to be an administrator on somebody's page? Like, is that a big thing, a little thing? I mean, how does that work?
There's different levels of administration.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you want to add someone as an administrator on your page, you just go into the back end and you say add an admin, type in their name, and choose what level of that you want to give them.
Okay, so you could actually manage someone's whole Facebook page and be the total administrator
Yep.
and have access to it, or you could just be various parts of it.
Yes.
Oh, very good. And how long have you been in Quesnel doing this?
Well, I started in social media about 5 years ago. My day job is a company out of Calgary.
Okay.
And it's shoptoit.ca. We're an online shopping search engine comparison shopping and
Okay.
daily deals provider. So I've been with them for 8 years, and I took over the social media 4 or 5 years ago. So I've been
Okay.
doing that. When we decided to move back to Quesnel, I was like, hey, can I keep my job? And they said, sure. So I do that. And then I started this about 2 years ago because there seems to be a real need for around here people.
I think you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
I know for myself, when I first got started on social media, it was quite the shock for me, but it was a great learning curve.
Yeah.
And I don't have an awful lot of time because I have other things other irons in the fire. So I don't have a lot of time to spend on my Facebook page doing what I should be doing. So obviously, I think I'll be in touch with you very soon.
Well,
So see
I
what
mean,
that
it
would look
depends on
like.
your industry too. Like
Yes.
some of the new stuff I've heard is like you should be posting 3 to 5 times a day.
Okay.
You know,
And for our
businesses
viewing
don't have
audience,
time.
yes, exactly. So for
Yeah.
our viewing audience that doesn't have the time frames to be doing that and
Yeah.
doesn't know the parameters of what social media expectations are, which
Yes.
I clearly don't, you need to give Barb a call. And so your phone number one more time, Barb?
It's 250-316-0020.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and it's been great having you on the show, and
Thank you.
certainly a learning curve for myself and hopefully for some of our viewing audience. So we thank you for coming and look forward to talking with you soon.
Thanks.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Well, SkyFest is fast approaching and Super Dave will be here. Annie Gallant wrote a great story about the daredevil a few weeks ago. Dave Mathiasen knew he wanted to be a pilot since the age of 8 and got the name Super Dave when, in Annie's words, just 18 years old and flying a Cessna 180 float plane, the steering wheel broke off. Super Dave had to fly the plane, believe it or not, wow, this is amazing, by opening and closing doors and the manual effort of leaning back and forth. Despite several failed rescue efforts, Dave flew the plane for 52 minutes that way before beautifully landing it. Then he fainted.
I probably would too.
Scott Alien caught up with Dave when he was here promoting SkyFest just a little while ago. Let's take a look.
Okay, thank you, and welcome. We're at Caribou Ford here in Quesnel. We're having a great day today for all the people that came out and took a test drive like I did with our Mustang. Caribou Ford is graciously donating $20 towards SkyFest, and I am very pleased and honored here to be standing beside Super Dave, who is a stunt pilot. I'm hoping that's the right term for it. And Super Dave, I saw you today. I saw you the other day looping around and doing crazy things in the air. Thank you for coming to Quesnel. Thank you for doing this. SkyFest is huge for Quesnel, and I understand that you're going to be here in the August long weekend for that.
I am, yeah. They have a world-class lineup of air show performers coming up, and it's going to be a great weekend. So I encourage everyone to come out, bring the kids, and it's just going to be an outstanding day.
I think so. The Snowbirds are going to be here, which is Canada's premier.
Yep.
Have you performed with the Snowbirds before?
I have actually flew with the Snowbirds one time. It was excellent.
Wow.
They even have the CF-18 demo team will be here. You just got a long list of world-class performers. It's going to be probably one of the best shows in Canada.
Wow, that's saying something. And for a small city like Quesnel, this is unbelievable, isn't it?
It's outstanding. It's I'm really looking forward to the August long weekend.
Yeah, I saw you today, and it was really, really windy. There we go. And it was really, really windy. And I was amazed at what you were doing. You looked like you stalled the aircraft in midair, and you weren't moving. How do you possibly hover in an aircraft like that?
It's one of the few planes in the world that can do that. My plane's called the Shaden MX2, and it's custom built, and it's one of the world's most advanced aerobatic aircraft today. And because of the extreme amount of power it has and the lightweight made of carbon fiber, I'm able to just basically hold it on the propeller and fly it like a helicopter. It's a lot of work inside the airplane for me to do that, but I practice it a lot, and it's a lot of fun.
Wow, that's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to SkyFest this year. Like I said, it's the August long weekend in Quesnel. You don't want to miss it. We've got SuperDave, we've got a ton of other performers, the Snowbirds, the F-18s. It's going to be a great time. Thank you very much for doing this.
My pleasure. Look forward to seeing you.
And just
Take
to
care
let
now.
you know that SkyFest 2013 tickets are now available for purchase at Circle S Western Wear and at the Tourist Information Center. An adult day pass is $15, weekend pass for $25, youth day pass is $4 and $7 for the weekend. And a family day pass is $40, $65 for the weekend. Also, tickets for the beautiful Mustang have arrived, and get this is pretty good, Elson. They're only $20 each, and they've only printed out 1,000 tickets.
Oh, those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, very good odds. I'm going to get out there.
Yeah.
Remember, SkyFest, officially the Quesnel International Air Show, comes this August 3rd and 4th, right at the airport.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, yeah.
For sure. Well, with everything that was happening last month, we didn't have a chance to air a segment on the day of mourning for workers injured or killed on the job. That ceremony took place on April the 28th, and that was at the workers' site on the corner of Anderson Drive and Abbott in West Quesnel. So let's take a look at a few of the clips that we've got from various speakers.
With recognition comes the stark reality that we all need to make sure that workplaces are safe places to send our families to. We need to make sure that standards are kept and upgraded when needed to keep those places safe. Let's make sure that we work together to lower those statistics and we make workplaces a safe place for everyone. Thank you.
The tragedies that occurred at Lakeland and at Babine Forest Products, many of those members are people that I know, some of them very well. There were a lot of injuries that occurred there, but there's a lot of injuries that Brian Croy was our business agent for Quesnel, and Brian Croy has been off work for a long period of time now. He's suffering from post-traumatic stress injuries resulting from the being in the mill during the explosion at Lakeland. I approached Brian to ask him if he could maybe come and say a couple of words. He considered it, but reliving the experience for him is very difficult. He's still not able to properly deal with the events that occurred that day. He also has survivor guilt because he came out through that experience with no physical injuries, where there's many people that have noticeable physical injuries. When you look at Brian, you don't see any physical injuries. And he has survivor guilt that he deals with because of that.
It's up to employers and employees and people on the street to look for dangerous situations and make a lot of noise, like I hope is going to happen in India now after what happened there. It takes the people, all the people, not just labor, to make this happen and to make it better. And so I thank you, people, for coming out.
Remember those who have lost their lives in the workplace. I just want to say two things. First, that we must, as people, make sure that government takes its role seriously in ensuring that workplaces are safe. because no one should have to lose their life at work. Secondly, we have to make sure the government takes its role in ensuring people have the training and the skills they need to be safe at work. I hope to be part of a government that does those two things. I hope that we don't have to lose more people at work. Thank you.
That we are on here, this memorial park, is dedicated to the persons who lost their lives during an explosion at this site, at a business that was on this site in April of 1997. And I look forward to having this opportunity every year to educate and to promote worker safety and to just remember all of our workers and their families and the ongoing struggle that we have with many things that are in our environment, like asbestos, that we need to know what we're working with, and we need to remediate appropriately, and the struggle goes on.
So we should all remember that safety is of a prime concern and not to be left to chance at the workplace. Now, let's check out Sutton's Shutters. Dave was at the Relay for Life last weekend and took these pictures of the Survivor Lap.
I think we've got a familiar Ron Campbell on some of those pictures too there.
Oh, great, yeah.
Sent in, so. All right, now it's time to see what's happening locally with our community calendar.
As always, thanks to the Quesnel Lions Club for helping to make our show possible. Their next garage sale is Saturday, June 29th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Maple Park Mall. And remember, you can watch us anytime on the web at qcatv.ca, thanks to Eddie D'Souza, or check us out on Facebook. Big Q, Big T, all one word.
Well, that's it for this show. We want to hear from you with your story and your comments on our show. Remember, whatever you think is important, we think is important. So email us at qtoday@shaw.ca with your story, or ask us to cover a story you know the community would just love to hear more about.
Remember,
Q Today is about
Quesnel talking to Quesnel.
Bye for now,
Hasta la vista.
baby.
Thinking about this lonely existence, questioning the choice I have made, staring at the couples going by me, acknowledging I really am afraid. I'm scared I'll never have a home to go to, no reason to make homemade rhubarb pies. I'm scared there'll never be a better half for me, or two strong arms to run to when I cry. But I'll keep on singing in case he's listening and knows the pain I try to hide. And I'll be waiting, anticipating that little look of pride when he stands by my side. Everyone who sits to watch me singing supposes someone waits at home for me. They don't know that I haven't found that someone whose lifestyle fits the style of life I lead. They don't know that it takes a very strong man, a self-made man who's still a little shy. Scared there'll never be a better half for me, with two strong arms to run to when I cry. But I'll keep on singing in case he's listening and knows the pain I try to hide. And I'll be waiting, anticipating that little look of pride when he stands by my side. At night I lie awake and think about him, wondering what he'll do when he gets here, pretending that he's standing right behind me, whispering things that tickle in my ear. I reassess myself and all my motives. I question everyone I've met with why.